Alright everyone, this is Versus Z again with another Transformer review, and we're going to be looking at Bumblebee from Revenge of the Fallen. Now, this Bumblebee figure, if you have the first movie Bumblebee figure, the only difference here is he's got this cannon arm, which I think is stupid. He does have an updated front bumper. He does have a more movie accurate head with the creepy eyes. You guys already know that. But other than that, it's all the same figure. So this really isn't a new figure. A lot of them I think is only okay. It could be because I'm kind of gotten the mentality of, oh, Revenge of the Fallen figures, they're new. They're new, so of course they're better. And this guy, he's only an updated older figure. But personally, I think he's still a good figure. So, I mean, with a few gripes here and there, but he's still overall a good figure, nice to have. If you already have the first two or three Bumblebees Premium, the 1967 Camaro, or am I saying the wrong date? 1967 Camaro or the concept Camaro, then maybe there's no real reason for you to have this except for the new head. But all in all, it's still a nice one to have, and you can't really have too many Bumblebees. But anyway, let's get to the review. Alright, so for his alt mode, he's a Camaro, a new Camaro. This is, I guess, the production model now. So, I mean, I've seen it on the roads. But anyway, very, very nice alt mode. I personally think he has quite a few panels that are just kind of ugly, but this is, like I said, it's just an updated, or sort of updated old figure from back in 2007, 2008 or something. But yeah, it's still a really nice update. I like the thicker rims on this one. I still don't like how his feet are very visible from underneath. I never did like that from the first one. I definitely like his new front grille area. Looks very aggressive, very aggressive. I just don't like what's going on back here. It's very bland and plain. That's about it. But yeah, I do like his thicker race stripes, these borders, these highlighted borders and everything. I kind of don't like these clear blue plastic mirrors. I wish they were just smoked plastic or black or whatever. I did highlight a few things. I hope you guys can catch what I highlighted and did, but I'm not going to waste time talking about them. One more time, this is it's a pretty good alt mode. I still don't think it's as good as Sideswipe or Sideways, but then again, like I said, it is an older figure. But anyway, to transform him, it's actually pretty easy. Not as easy as the first movie Bumblebee, because there's their freaking arm cannon attached in there. But yeah, it's still just fairly easy. You just want to untab the doors, pull out the wheels from the front as far as you can, if you can. And you want to take the bottom portion, take it down. Then you want to take the roof, just split it, and there's a freaking arm cannon. Once again, just bring the arms out as much as you can. Lift these up. Now there's this little tab here. I think it's there somewhere. Oh, there you go. There's that little tab right there that's kind of a stopper. I was gonna trim that so that it doesn't stop right there. But if I go ahead and do that, I'll update this review. But anyway, you want to take his legs, and there's quite a bit of automorph here. You just want to split them. I'm not gonna like zoom in or anything on the automorph. If you have this figure, you should know already. And there's like 3 or 4 different variants. You just take his feet, and all these panels back here will fall into place. Take his feet and bring them down, like so. And I don't know why it's not working. Why aren't you working? There you go. Alright, I had to untab that from there. I didn't have to do that before. Okay, and there you go. There's his feet. I guess let's untab that just in case it happens again. Take his feet, bring it down, and all the panels just fix themselves into place. I don't like where this is though, because it really hinders his knee articulation. I wish it was lower down. That would have been fine with me. I'll probably like change that around later on. Yeah, there's his legs. Just want to bring his arms out. Take the top. Take this top here. Bring it down. Oh yeah, this. Just untab that. Bring it down from the from right here. And then all this other automorph neat stuff is gonna happen. Bring it down. His chest stay up if the gears worked right. And you just adjust them. Pretty much you have Bumblebee. You just gotta get his arms straight and everything. I'm not gonna waste too much time doing that though. Take that panel and lift it back and do the same thing here if you want. You can just leave the panel there and hide the gun a little bit more if you want, and then you can take the gun, rotate it inward. But yeah, there's Bumblebee. His articulation is pretty basic. Once again, I'm going to state this is an older figure, so not all of his articulation is, you know, up to date. Ball jointed head, you know, basic range of movement. There is a hinge there on his neck. Hinged jointed, what is it? Jeez, shoulders and a ball joint, so you can get quite a bit of movement. It's a little hard though because of all this kibble. He has a rotator there on the bicep. It's kind of a ratchet joint. I guess it is a ratchet joint, and a ball jointed wrist. He does have a ball jointed waist, which is really nice. His legs can go forward pretty far, backwards pretty far. And like I said earlier, his knee bend is a little hindered because of all these fat panels back here. And his feet are quite articulated too. Then you also have all these gears here. But once again, that moves the legs. So yeah, pretty basic articulation. You know, it's still you know, workable and it's okay. You can still get him in some good poses. A couple things I need to point out though. The thing I was talking about earlier, the little tab that I wanted to snip off right in there. What it does is it stops this little part here from going any higher. What I want to do though is I really would like that these panels go a little bit higher, just a little bit higher. So I'm gonna see how that turns out. So I'm gonna end up you know, clipping that little peg area. Also these little yellow bits that are attached onto his elbows. On mine, these kept on popping out, so I shaved them down a little bit. If you don't want to deal with that, I suggest you just go glue that in. Also, all these fat panels here and everything else, they just really get in the way, so they hinder articulation in the arms by a lot. But you know, not enough that you're gonna hate the figure. You would hate the figure though for this freaking gun arm here, because he comes with a missile, of course, that you can fire. But what I did to the missile is I trimmed it down a little bit, because normally the missile is too long, so that if you keep the cannon like the way it is right now, it won't lock into place. It won't lock into the spring so that you'll be able to shoot it. What you have to do is you kind of have to bring the cannon out and then plug the missile in, and then it'll go in deep enough so that you can it'll lock into place so you actually shoot it. So I trimmed it down, you know, basic modification. It is a little bit slightly harder to get the missile in. And why is it doing it now? Huh. Okay, that's weird. Alright, technical, there you go. Never mind. Okay, it got in, but I don't know what was going on there earlier. Typically it goes in and locks into place. But anyway, it does still fire fine. Basically all you do is just trim it down and that's it. And then it'll be short enough so that you can actually, you know, stuff the, or, you know, whatever, plug the missile in there. A couple of other things I want to point out before I end the review. You know, once again, and for the last time, I'm going to say this, older figure, so if you don't have a Bumblebee from the first movie, if you didn't get one from the first movie, this one ain't too bad of a substitution. So, you know, I mean, the only things you probably have to deal with is the cannon arm, the creepy eyes. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.